Okay, I'm going to try and do this before it starts raining. I've been looking at the song Hold Up by Beyoncé, and it's kind of bothered me because there are 16 songwriters listed in Wikipedia for that song. And you have to think to yourself, how can it possibly take 16 people to write a song? If you don't know Hold Up, it's from Beyoncé's album Lemonade. It's a cracking tune. Check it out. I want to work down this list. The original inspiration behind Hold Up, the tweet, if you can believe it, from Ezra Koenig. Ezra Koenig was the lead singer of Vampire Weekend. He went solo a few years ago. And in 2011, I think he wrote a tweet that said, "Hold up, they don't love you like I love you." He did that because he was thinking about a song by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs called Maps. If you know Maps by the Yeah Yeah Yeahs, the main refrain in that is, "Wait, they don't love you like I love you." So he just took a little spin on it and said, "Hold up, they don't love you like I love you." After he recorded that tweet, he then got in the studio with a guy called Diplo. You might know he did MIA, Paper Planes. Yeah, he's done a whole bunch of stuff. He recorded as Major Lazer. He's a very famous DJ. You probably know who I'm talking about. His real name is Thomas Pence, because Thomas Pence and Ezra Koenig got in the studio and made a demo.
Like I love you. Can't you see there's no other gal above you? What a wicked way to treat the man who loves you. Hold up, they don't love you like I love you. Slow down, they don't love you like
That was the first demo.
The demo took a sample from Can't Get Used to Losing You by Andy Williams, which is written by Doc Pomus and Mort Schumann. So both of those people are listed as songwriters because an interpolation of that sample made it to the final version of Hold Up. Beyonce's name's on the songwriter list because, God, she pulled all this together. It's a cast of thousands and somebody has to be the head coach here. She was that person. Song wouldn't happen if it wasn't for her. She is one of the songwriters. Emile Haynie. Emile is a record producer who worked on this track, but also introduced Beyoncé to Josh Tillman, who's better known as Father John Misty. So it wasn't for Emile, the Father John Misty hookup would never have happened. Father John Misty wrote the first verse and the refrain. That part, although he says he didn't write the bit, but I'm going to f me up a bit. I'm going to have to bleep that out. I think that bit was written by Melo-X. Melo-X said he added some Jamaican flavour to it, some patois, some bits that he would have written as though he was Barrington Levy or someone. So I think that includes the bit that says, "Would they be down to ride? No, they used to hide from you, lie to you." I think he wrote that bit. MNEK, who's listed here as, I'm going to mess that up, but his surname is MNEK. He spells it out. He wrote, based on the original Ezra Koenig and Diplo demo, he wrote a whole song for Beyoncé, of which she then used just a few lines. I think, based on what he's said in interviews, it's the lines, "Let's imagine for a moment that you never made a name for yourself or mastered wealth. That had you labeled as a king." That part, he said it's the bridge. That's the part I think he wrote. Obviously, he gets the credit for that. Let's keep going. DeAndre Way, Antonio Randolph, and Kelvin McConnell. DeAndre Way is better known as Soulja Boy. You're probably known for Crank That. He also wrote a song called Get Your Swag On. And Get Your Swag On is then interpolated by Beyoncé in the last few lines of Hold Up. She says, "Ah, get my swag on, look in the mirror, say what's up." That bit is a direct quote from Swag On by Soulja Boy. So all those three guys get a credit. And then working up from that, Karen O, Brian Chase, Nick Zinner, they're all in the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. I'm not sure if I said that before. The last name of these 16 people is Raini Rodriguez. If you've ever seen the TV show Modern Family, you'll know Raini Rodriguez's brother. He plays Manny in Modern Family. Raini is also an actress, a singer, and a songwriter. And she's occasionally like a victim of these memes where people will say, who's the better overall pop star? Mariah Carey or Raini Rodriguez, Beyonce or Raini Rodriguez. It's not funny. They're just kind of making fun of her because she is not as glamorous a pop star as those people. Raini says it's bullying. I think it's nonsense. But someone's edited the Wikipedia page to put Raini in there as a kind of a joke. So there are actually only 15 songwriters for Hold Up by Beyonce. And I think I've just listed them all and told you what they did. I hope you found that interesting. And now I can sleep at night. Bye.